Hey, what's cracking? How are you doing today? I hope this video finds you doing well. Hope everything's going your way. I hope you've had a good day. I hope that today you chose to pick up your blessings and throw your curses down. And because, perception is everything in this world. I preach it all the time in my videos, and that's all there is to it. And if this is the first time you've ever watched one of my videos, my name is Ricky Dye. I was in prison 20 years. I went when I was 15, got out when I was almost 35. I was in all the roughest places, none of the easiest ones. And so I make these videos hoping that I can steer some other kid from making that mistake. Maybe stop other people from becoming victims and people from making victims and becoming victims themselves. To stop people from making mistakes that will make it harder for them, and they're causing it. Because I've done it over and over my whole life. I've hit my head time and time again. So it's like if we were working up underneath the house and I hit my head. I say, hey man, watch out, I hit my head right there. And now if you want to go ahead and crack your head anyway, you can. But I'm here to tell you where I crack my head at, so hopefully you don't crack yours. And, where my blessings start at today, I don't have to look far. I've been out working in the garden today, had a good day, felt good today. Went out and worked in the garden a little while. My belly's full, so I'm not hungry. I've been able to go in and out of the house anytime I want, get what I want to eat. Never have to worry about who's cooking my food or what the food's going to be like. To worry about there's some big heavy set guy back there, hairy belly, sweating all in my food. Ain't wearing no hairnet. Got sweat dripping off of him, steering the food for everybody. Because I've seen that a bunch of times. And if you don't want to eat like that, well, then you best stay out of trouble and not go to prison. And with that, I'm going to jump right back into my video. Yesterday, I made a video, The Untold Truth of the Oklahoma Prison System. And I told you that if you went to prison, that your number one threat as a white guy was other white guys. And after I listened to that video, I thought, man, I made it sound bad for the white guys, in a way. And I didn't mean to do that at all. In no way do I ever mean to make it sound bad for the white guys. They're absolutely necessary. The UAB is absolutely necessary in the Oklahoma prison system. You can think what you want to think. But they are not bad people because they're in a prison gang. That doesn't make them bad people. When I told you that they're your number one threat, I want you to remember that my videos are specifically geared for kids around the age of when I went to jail. Those are the ones I really want to save. They're for everyone. I found how amazing it is that regardless if my videos are a lot of times about prison or just about life, that a lot of us, it's good for me to get on these videos and talk about the things that I like, the things that are good in my life, because we all share those things in common, regardless of our walk in life. Regardless if you've grown up in prison, if you're in the healthcare industry, if you're an author, if you're a movie star, it doesn't matter. As human beings, we all face the same things in our life. We face a lot of the same health problems. We face the same things from our peers, from pressure from the outside sources, just trying to fit in the world, to be a productive member of society. And you have to remember that when I talk about things in this videos and saying that this is going to be a threat to you, I'm speaking to someone who's never been in trouble, that hasn't been to prison yet. Because, brother, if you've never been to prison, you don't even have to listen to my videos. You already know the score. You're just listening to the stories. So in no way am I trying to give you advice. You know what's up, man. So I'm not saying they're a threat to you. They're not a threat to me. The best thing to be when you're in a dark alley with a bunch of thugs is another thug, brother. And if I was in there, I'll fit right in with them. I'll be right there with them. When I say that they're the greatest threat to you, hell, if I would have been on the yard with some brothers there, some of the UABs, and you showed up, I might have been one of right there with them coming to check your paperwork. And I've done a video about doing that to child molesters. If there's any question that you're in there for something messed up, I'm going to be one of those threats. I will be. I'm not saying that I'm any better than anyone else. It is amazing what man will do when he's reduced to his very lowest vices. It's Lord of the Flies, man. It goes back to laws of the jungle. The strong survive. That's what it's all about. And the things that make you a good man out here in the streets are the things that make you a lop in prison. Okay? If you're out here in the world and you've been in and out of jail 2 or 3 times and you've got tattoos here and there, you've been in trouble and it's hard for you to get a job, society looks down on you as a lesser member of society. You're a troublemaker. You're in and out of prison. They look at you as you're less than this doctor over here or this kid that's going to college making something of their life. You're lower down than them in the eyes of society. But in prison, you're higher up than you are if you're that doctor coming in there that's never been in trouble, or that 17-year-old kid, or that person that's been working as an ambulance tech or in the hospital doing the floors or whatever it was. If you were that college kid, now you come in, all of a sudden those guys that were undesirable out in the streets, the guys that's been in and out, that have the tattoos, that have been fighting all their life, now all of a sudden those guys are at the top of the food chain. It's out here in the world, it's these doctors, it's the people with money, it's the people who have never been in trouble. They're at the top of the food chain. And it's just the opposite in prison. The things that will make you a good man in prison make you a piece of crap out here. Things out here that make you a good man make you a piece of crap in there a lot. But there's a center ground, I believe, where a man can keep his word, where a man can work for a living and earn his way and not bully other people. So that's what I try to do. I was never a member of the Brotherhood, but it's all through my jacket that I was affiliated with the Universal Aryan Brotherhood. I'm affiliated with them. I've got a bunch of write-ups, riding with them, fighting with them, you know. Make no mistake about it. I have black friends, but I have many, many, many more very good friends who are white, who are in the Universal Aryan Brotherhood, guys that I have grown up with, guys that I'll stand back to back with to the very end. And in no way was I saying that, oh, you think your brother's got your back, but they won't. I wasn't talking about the Brotherhood. I have brothers in there, in the Brotherhood, guys that I will stand at my back. They have a saying in the Brotherhood, to the bitter, bloody fucking end. And they mean that. They will die together. So in no way was I saying that if you're in the Brotherhood, your brothers don't have your back, because they do. They always will. But what I'm telling you is, in life, every person is going to put their self before you, in prison and out here. Now, I don't trust or love anyone any more than I do my wife or my mother. But if something happened, we killed somebody together and went and buried them, after I take them home, I'm going to go dig them up and go bury them somewhere else, because I don't trust no one that much. Okay? Because when it comes right down to it, everyone usually is going to save themselves. And that's just what I've experienced in life. But there are white boys like myself. And I won't tell on somebody. I won't put you in that hot seat if it costs me my life sitting in it. They'll kill me before I'll tell on you. And that's all there is to it. And that's the way most of the brothers are. I read on Wikipedia that you go in there and you can join the gang for protection. Brother, if you need protection, you're not welcome in the freaking gang. Straight up. If you need protection, you will not be allowed in the Brotherhood. You have to be a soldier to get in the Brotherhood. And the reason the Brotherhood was needed, just because a guy's wearing those, the UAB flying high on his neck or whatever, doesn't mean he hates every black guy he comes across. What that means, that's they do it for preservation for the white race. And if you're ever in prison in one of the rough places and there's a riot jumps out, brother, I'm going to be on the side of the whites every time. And I would suggest that whatever color you are, you better get with your race, because that's the only way you've got a chance of surviving. Because no other race is going to try. They're not going to risk their neck for you in prison. They're not allowed to do that. My black friends in prison, the agreement we would make is, if the shit jumps off, I'm going to be over there with the whites, and you're going to be the blacks, but I won't get you and you don't get me. That's the only agreement you can have. You can't say, oh, I'm going to get over there and help the whites. Well, you can't do that if you're black. Okay? So when you go to prison, if you're black, your number one threat's the blacks. The whites are going to come at you, man. And when I say that the whites don't try to start shit with the other races, none of the races try to start shit with the other races. Don't take that wrong. Why would the whites go try to start shit with the blacks? All it's going to do is start a war. Nobody's going to ever have nothing. You're going to be locked down in your cell all the time. They're going to take everything you have. You're going to have no privileges. And you're never going to be able to do anything. People are trying to get drugs in prison so they can make their time easier. They're trying to get high and escape for a while. I've seen people, there's going to be a damn riot, and everybody holds off till after the weekend so we can get our drugs in, and then we'll try to kill everybody. Then everybody try to kill each other. We all know we're going to try to kill each other. We know we're going to be out there fighting with knives. We know we're going to be hitting each other in the head with shit, but we're going to wait till after Sunday so we can all, when we get locked down, have some drugs while we're locked down. And that's the agreement we made. So make no mistake about it, that I was everything a white boy's supposed to be in prison. I passed every test, baby, and I always ran with my own. But I also have black friends, and I don't hate you because of the way you're born. You know, I would like to have had blue eyes, but I don't. And I don't want you to hate me because mine are brown. So it's really about the way you treat people. It's about that way in prison, too. Even if you're Aryan brother, that doesn't mean you don't do business with the blacks. You're going to do business with the blacks because you're in such a small area that you have no choice but to do business with the people there. It's like being trapped in a little town, only it's not even a town. It's like being trapped on a little campus or something that you can't leave. Everybody has to do business with everybody, because if you don't, nobody has nothing. So if you come in that prison and you're just a young guy and you've never been in trouble and you don't know the score, and maybe the police pull you up, threaten you, make you think they'll protect you and help you, and maybe you tell them something, well, then you're the kind of guy that's going to get smashed out by the brothers. Okay? And if I was with them, I'm going to help them do that to you. If I can, that's just how it's going to go, man. You can't tell on people. You can't be a piece of shit. But if you go in there and you know the score, you've been in and out of jail all your life, and you've been on the streets, and you've been selling dope and breaking into houses with and shit, you'll probably just fit right in. But I had somebody ask me about, what about guys in the military coming through there and stuff? And let me tell you, those guys, they excel. But it always comes down to your personality, what kind of person you are. I talked about a video about Dave, and he was an airborne ranger. And, oh, man, they pulled him up. He's been in the Brotherhood 3 times. He's covered up twice, and he's still a brother now. And usually if you cover your tattoo up, you can never get back in. It's blood in and blood out. If you say you want to cover it up, usually you got to get hurt to get that shit covered up. It's usually burn off or cut off of you. If you get the Brotherhood tattoo on you, and it comes time you decide it shouldn't be there, you don't want it there, you want to take it off so you can try to make parole or whatever, brother, that shit usually gets burned or cut off of you. That shit is very serious. You don't join that shit if you're not for real. Because if you have to go to war, then they will go to war. They're for real, man. I mean, some of the hardest white boys in the world right here in Oklahoma in the Universal Area Brotherhood, make no mistake about it. They're everything they're advertised to be. And I was right there with them. But I'm not proud of that. I'm not proud of any of the things that I did. But I just don't want to get that misunderstanding. I had 3 guys unsubscribe to the channel after the video yesterday, and I think they just took what I said wrong. So don't take that wrong, brother. I'm a peck of wood all day long. I'm wood through and through. I just don't hate people for the way they're born, because I was raised up in prison. The thing is, man, you watch these movies and you see things. Maybe this kid grows up around the mafia, and maybe he doesn't end up being in the mafia, but everyone in the mafia has known him since he was a little kid. So everyone loves him, even though he's not part of the group. And that was me. I was there before the start of the UAB. The UAB was formed in 92 or 93 in McAllister. And I was in McAllister at the time when it was formed. And I know the guys who started it. And I sat in a cell and got high with one of the main 3 people who started the Brotherhood. And a lot of my very best friends, I've had them as cell partners over and over in DU and on the yard, guys in the UAB. They are some of my best friends. In no way would I ever slander them in any way. I love them. And I would like to see every one of them get out and get a second chance. But some of them just got hard heads, and they just don't give a damn. So it's best to steer clear of them, not to cross them. And if they make you fight, better fight. Show you guys, you got to make them respect you. But better not try to hurt one of them bad, or else. And that's all there is to it. There's too many, and they're hard. That's all there is to it. But if you're black and you come in there, you're in a gang, number one, what gang you from? People are going to want to know that, if they don't already know you. But say you come in there and you're claiming 107. Okay, number one, 107s, here they come. The Hoovers, they're going to come over there and say, who are you? You know, well, do we know you? If they don't know you, why don't we know you? Where are you from? Who's your homeboy? Who put you on a set? And if you're lying, they're going to beat you out, man. And you better not have tattoos, not be able to prove where you got them. Don't go walking in there with no Hoover tattoos, and you ain't had nobody really put you on Hoover, man. You're going to get beat out. You're going to get that shit cut off you, man. They're not going to allow that shit. Same way with the Bloods. If you go in there and you're a black dude and you're not in anything, they're not going to jump on you and try to beat you up. You'll have your choice whether you want to be Islamic or Muslim, or if you just want to stay to yourself. If you don't want to be in a gang, people aren't just going to pick on you because of that. The blacks, they stick together. And even the Bloods and the Crips usually get together and do business. So it's not just war between the blacks all the time, and they don't prey on their own. So usually you're okay if you're a young black guy going in prison. If you're really young, they're really going to pull you up. The older guys will. No one will be able to mess with you. So if you're a young black guy, honestly, prison, you probably got it made. Same way with Mexicans or Indians. They're going to pull you up immediately, the Mexicans and Indians. Indians especially going to pull you up, want to know who you're from, who your family is. They know you, whatever, what kind of crime you're in for. Probably going to give you a chance if they think you're worthy to be put in the Indian Brotherhood. If you refuse, you may have problems. I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and speak on the inner workings of the IB8, the Serranos, the Southside Locos, the UABs. I will tell you my experience of doing time with them, what I saw of those people. And I give them all their props, man. They're not militant Just a bunch of people like you and me, just trying to make life a little better for themselves. But if you cross them, there's consequences. People out here on social media, they've got used to saying anything they want to say to people with no consequences. Most people have never been hit in the mouth. They have no idea what it's like to stand here and get hit in the mouth. They don't know how much distance they should make sure that they have between them and the person they're talking to make sure they're safe. They don't know if they're safe when they're this close or this close. How far do you need to stand away to make sure you're safe, that you're not going to get hit if the other person takes off on you? A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people are scared to death to get hit in the mouth. I think everybody should have to stand out in the street and get hit in the mouth once in their life, just so they can see it's not as bad as you think. People are terrified of getting in a fight, most people. But if you're not terrified of getting in a fight, if you're willing to get your knuckles up, guard your grill, be a man about it and go from the shoulders, then you're going to probably be all right. But I'm still going to tell you that you're going to eat some shitty food. You're going to lose most of your family. You're going to lose most of the good years of your life. And things will never be the same for you again. You're going to change. It's going to change you in a lot of ways. It's going to put a hole in the middle of your chest where your heart used to be. There may be a little of you left when you get out, but you will never be the same. And with that, I'm going to end today's video. And I hope to see you in the next video. In the next video, I'm going to jump right back into my story. But I just really felt that last night's video needed a little clarification. And I wanted to be very honest about my own role. So that's what's up in the Oklahoma prison system. If you enjoyed that, please subscribe to the channel. I'm trying my best to build it up. It is a lot of work. I've been going up for about 5 months. I have over 60 videos up. I've answered every single comment. If there's one that I've ever missed, I'm not sure where it is. And if you'll post another one, I'll be sure to answer you, man. I'm on that stuff. And I've had a bunch of people. Ben, Australia, several people from Australia have sent me friend requests on Facebook. I've accepted them. We've chatted on Messenger. Another lady on Facebook sends me nice messages. We've been chatting quite a bit. Don't want me to shout her name out. You know who you are. I appreciate you. And I appreciate you taking the time to send me those messages. I like checking out you guys' pictures. I really appreciate the interaction. Okay, last thing. I put out a post earlier. I have struggled with a way to show my appreciation to the people who have chose to support the channel, even though I say I'm not asking people for money. This channel has never been about money for me. These videos are not about money for me. This is a labor of love for me that I want to help somebody. But at the same time, just like everybody else, I have to make a living, have a way to survive. My family and me, most of our life, have lived near poverty. And my book is my last ditch chance to get us all to come up in this world. Buy my mama a new house, to buy my wife a new house. That's what I want to do before I die, is give my mama a new house, give my wife a new house and a nice car, to have enough money in the bank that if I pass away, she'll be comfortable until she does. That's all I want in this life. It's the only thing that I lack. And so I'm going to write this book to try to make that happen. And as a way to reward the people who have joined the channel. So far, John Doe is the only member. He sends me money all the time, even when I tell him not to. I appreciate you, brother, more than you'll ever know, Roger Williams. You have helped me on so many days when I was trying to figure out what to do. And I would never ask anyone. But you saved my butt, buddy, a few times. And I'm going to tell you, I appreciate it and I love you for it. And he's not the only one. There are several others. John Hood, Christine. First guy that sent me money was a black guy, sent me $10. I love you, brother. Thank you, man. I hope you're still watching my videos. I hope they still help you, Mark. I haven't forgot you, Ford. I haven't forgot you at all. And I never will. I've saved that message. I'll never forget you giving me that $10. I'll never forget anybody that's helped me out. Ricky Gilbert, any one of you. Someone invited me to church, Jamie. Every one of you who stood behind me. All of you. Polly, Brennan, jump in the comments every time you pick my spirits up. All of you. You come up and you had my cousin bring you up and meet me when I was selling squash. One of the best men I've ever met. I'm so happy that my cousin, not only does he have a wife he's been with since he was a kid, he has children, he has grandchildren, but he has one of the best friends a man could ever have. One of the best men I've ever met. Came to see me because of watching my videos. Said I had touched him and shook my hand. One of the best men I've ever met. I had the privilege to shake his hand. I couldn't believe that anything I said would even matter to him. One of the first things he said, I look just the same in real life as I do on these videos. So let me tell you, there's no editing, bro. There's no filter. I'm just sitting here kicking it with you, me and you. So Hey, you ever see me? This is, I hope you don't expect nothing different from what you're looking at right now. There ain't no editing to that. It's just me and my mug sitting here kicking it with you. So I thank every one of you guys, man. You have enriched my life. You have given me faith for humanity. For years and years, I was treated like an animal and nothing I said mattered. And you guys act like what I say matters, man. And it means so much to me. It makes me feel like a good man. And I didn't ever think I would. So I want everyone to remember these videos are never meant to discourage anyone or make anyone mad. Last thing I want to do is talk about the things I don't like and push anybody away and put division there, because you'll never give a damn about anything I say if I piss you off. So I never mean to do that. So don't unsubscribe because you take what I say wrong. Sometimes shit just comes out wrong, man, because I'm sitting here trying to talk to a phone for 20, 30 minutes. And a lot of times I mess up and I don't edit. So don't judge me on a screw up. Give me a little bit of time. If I screwed up, I'll know it. Believe that. I'm my toughest critic. If I said something wrong, I'll rewatch it. I'll know I screwed up. It'll be on my mind until I fix it. I haven't quit thinking about last night's video. I put it up right after I did. I started watching. I said, oh man, I messed. I almost made another video right then. But I figured I'd give it another day. So don't judge me too harshly on one mistake. If the video doesn't come out exactly right when I'm talking. I'm proud to be white. If you're black, you should be proud to be black. If you're Mexican or Indian or Asian, you should be proud to be that. You should be proud to be whatever you are. And if you're ever in prison, you should stick to your own kind. Because if you claim you're going to stick with the white guys and you're going to hang out with white guys and catch you over there in the cell with a black guy all the time, they don't beat your ass, dude. So just whatever you are, don't pretend to be something else. Be what you are, man. Whatever you are, be that. Don't pretend to be something else. That's the main thing in prison. And I'm going to make these videos. All right, back to what I was saying. Sorry. What I'm going to do for the members as a reward for joining the channel. If you join the channel starting September 1st, I've been writing my book. Now, these videos for me are a labor of love. See, I got sidetracked there, and I'm sorry. But no editing. So, okay, these videos for me are a labor of love, trying to help somebody. The book I'm writing, trying to help my family. And that's all there is to it. So, as a reward for the people who have joined the channel, right now only John Doe has done that. But if you join the channel starting September 1st, once a week there'll be a video up, a reading of my book. I've got about a chapter written, but I put an hour into it every day. So I'll have quite a bit ready by September. September 1st, for the members people who have joined the channel, it will be a separate deal from these videos. Will always remain free. These videos will never be behind a paywall. I'll still always answer everyone's comments. But as a reward to the people who join on the channel, who are trying to help me in finishing and writing my book, trying to help me get by until I can get on my feet, people who are helping me do that, I feel that that's a separate deal. I said that at some time I would make another channel, either about literature or maybe fantasy football. So what I've chose to do is make the other channel part of this channel. I'm not going to make a whole new channel, still be part of this channel, but for the members, as a perk to the people who are throwing money in there, I feel they should get something. That's why I always try to give them a shout out, a thank you when they give me money. But it's hard to say that and not bring money up. And I don't like to bring money up in these videos. So what's going to happen is if you hit join, once a week I'm going to put up a video, and it's going to be me reading my book to you, the book I'm writing about my life. I'm going to start at the very beginning, and I'm going to start reading it to you the way I've written it. And then once a month, at the end of the month, once a week I'll do that reading. At the end of the month, I'm going to do a live stream for the members to discuss the things that I've read from my books. I'm going to do a little video and read you part of my book and discuss it with you. And at the end of the month, we're going to do a live stream for the people who have watched those videos, and we're going to talk about it. I want you guys to tell me which parts were good, sounded good, which parts maybe would have lost you and made you quit reading. In essence, I want you to help me write my book. Instead of having someone else proofread it and help me figure, no, man, I'm going to do it with you guys. I'm going to read it to you. You tell me what you think. Sounds good, man. We're going to put that shit in print. It's going to be the story of my life. You're going to help me do that, man. And that's for the members as a thank you for what you're doing for me. And that's going to basically be my other channel, even though it's part of this channel. But these videos will always stay the same. They'll always be free. And I'm always going to answer all your comments to the best of my ability. I'm always going to accept your Facebook requests. I'm going to talk to you on Messenger. I'd like to be your friend, help you in any way I can. And with that, catch you in the next one. May God bless, keep and protect you and yours. Peace out.